Hello, Luke.
Good evening, Detective.
I have a warrant.
Right. Well, just give me a minute to get my bag and say goodnight to my daughter.
Laura Spencer, you're under arrest for the murder of Damien Smith.
I'm sorry. I thought you said you were arresting me.
He did.
Bring it inside, Detective.
Mr. Spencer, would you care to make a comment?
No! What the hell is this?
A man was murdered. Your wife's prints are all over the weapon of choice.
Forgive me, Granny May.
Detective Garcia, please. I have some critical information concerning the Damien Smith murder.
You don't want to make that call.
What are you... It doesn't even matter. Edward, I'm asking you, begging you to please just turn around and go back the same way you came. This is not your concern.
You're wrong, Justice. It's very much my concern.
What's wrong?
The little girl in the hospital. She died.
Do you mind if I join you?
It's a public bridge. Do you remember when we were up here one night? You said that you were just so sick and tired of everything, you could just get on your bike and go.
Yeah, I remember. We went for a ride. You want to go for a ride now?
I wonder how far we'd have to go.
To get to where?
To where you don't have to be anything for anybody. Not even yourself. Where it doesn't hurt anymore. And you just don't care.
I'm there most of the time. But not as much when I'm around you.
Well, you better think twice about spending time with me. Most of the people that do seem to vanish. Almost all of them.
I'll take my chances.
You know what, Jason? It's too hard. I'm sick of being brave and strong and left behind. I'm sick of trying to find a point to every day. I run as hard and as fast as I can, like one of those hamsters on one of those wheels, and you look down and you're in the same damn place. Why do you wake up in the morning?
I guess because I open my eyes.
You think that's a good enough reason? Are you as bored and as sick of it as I am?
I don't know. I don't have much to compare it to. What are you doing?
Just looking.
Well, there isn't much to see.
Right? So I stick around. Let's go. I mean it.
Yeah, if you believe that, you're as brain damaged as I am.
Oh, really? You think that? You feel comfortable making that judgment? Well, you shouldn't, because you don't know anything about me. You don't know what I need or what I want, and you sure as hell don't know what I have to live with.
You're really mad.
I suppose you find that shocking.
Only because I've never seen you mad before.
Oh, yeah? Well, that just proves what I already said. You don't know me. Because I'm mad every single minute of every day.
Is that why you wanted to jump? Because you're mad?
I wasn't going to do it. I know that suicide isn't the answer. It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Not that my problem is exactly temporary. I don't know. I guess I just wanted to shake my fist at God or the face or something. As a way of saying that I can't handle anymore. Look what you're driving me to. I was being stupid. I'm sorry I pulled you into it.
I'm just glad I was here.
It's just sometimes I would just like to get out of my body for a while. You know? Just take a vacation.
Why?
Because so many things hurt so much.
Like all the deaths? Your boyfriend? And then that lady everyone liked, Keisha's grandmother. And now this little girl.
Janetta. She was so sweet, Jason. She was just a little girl. She should have lived a long, long time. Like Stone.
Here's your boyfriend. Stone. It's a good name.
I thought so, too. I know I accused you of not knowing me. It's not really fair. And I can't expect you to if I hide this thing that's defined me for the last year. So here goes. Janetta had AIDS. Do you know what that means?
It's a virus that attacks the immune system.
That's how Stone died. And I might get it too. Jason, I'm trying to tell you that I'm HIV positive.
Look, Edward, please, just go.
Not a chance. If you have any information regarding Damien's murder, I have a right to know. And certainly before the police.
What makes you think so?
Because we're family, Justice. And it's my obligation to protect our good name, and it's yours to help me do that whenever you can, and the police be damned.
What is this? A lecture on family directed at me? At me? My entire life has revolved around nothing but. I followed in my father's footsteps. My grandmother's beliefs became my philosophy. Every decision, every choice I have ever made has been weighed against its effect on the Ward name. So don't you dare stand there and lecture me about family responsibilities and loyalties. I would do anything except stand idly by and let an innocent man pay a debt that he did not sign up for.
Tell me what you know. Tell me, Justice. Why were you calling Garcia?
Well, if you have to know, I was calling him to tell him that it finally dawned on me that I wasn't God. Although for a split second, I gotta admit that I thought it was possible, that I just might be. That is a heady feeling, Edward. But then I suppose you know that already. I discovered that these arms were just way too short. That was supposed to be mildly amusing.
I'm not understanding you, Justin.
I was trying to manage it. Don't you understand? And I thought if I did it really, really well, that somewhere out there, my daddy would be proud of me because I preserved the family legacy. And that Granny May, could rest in peace because it would be her work at Ward House and her music that lived on. And the Ward name, every bit as important to me as the Quartermain name is to you, would become synonymous with murder. But you know what they say, best laid plans.
Justice, I want you to focus. And I want you to tell me what this is about as simply and concisely as possible.
Simply and concisely. Well, I think I can do that. I killed him, Edward. I killed Damian Smith.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The weapon of choice here is a bright, shiny new baseball bat.
That's right.
Hello, detective. Those things invite fingerprints. Especially around kids. Especially male kids who were in abundance at Ward House. And at my club, I distinctly remember handling that baseball bat myself.
Luke, your prints weren't on it. Only hers.
Listen. Stop talking about me as if I'm not in the room. I'm the interested party, or so it seems. I think that a bat was in shrink wrap. And you held it with...
Beside the point, baby. My wife would not bludgeon somebody to death. That's not her style.
Right. She usually prefers guns. Coffee?
Right. But no! No, you're not putting those things on my mom.
Stop it, honey. It's okay. It's okay.
What do you mean it's okay? Mom, it's not okay. I'm not just going to stand here and let them arrest you.
Listen, now, a mistake has been made, and it needs to be cleared up, and that's all. Nothing bad is going to happen again.
They're not going to put those things on you, okay?
Lucky, it's standard procedure.
I don't care about procedure, okay? So just stop talking to me.
Lucky, this won't help.
Cowboy, she's right. And Detective, he's right. My wife is not leaving his house. An iron bracelet.
Stop it! Please. Look, the sooner we can get this silly interrogation over with, the sooner I can come home. Okay?
Look, just so we're clear on this, I'm not taking you downtown for a Q&A. I'm booking you for second-degree murder. And considering your history, the cuffs are mandatory.
I'm coming with you, baby.
Okay.
Me too.
No. I want you to stay here and look after the house and take care of your sister.
Well, we can get someone
Who
else.
else can I ask? You're the only one that your father and I would trust. Now, look, if we all go and we leave the house unguarded, one of those reporters out there wouldn't think twice about coming in here and snooping around. Lucky, I really need you to do this for me, please.
Okay. I'll handle it.
If it takes too long, I'll call you.
Okay, I'll be here.
procedure to follow?
You have the right to remain silent. If you give up that right, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you by the court free of charge. Or do you understand these rights as I have just explained them to you?
How dare you?
What's wrong?
What's wrong? I tell you I'm a high risk and you gotta go straight for it. Go play on the turnpike, Jason. Get yourself into a nice game of Russian roulette. Stay away from me. I'm not gonna be your suicide mission.
That's not right what you're saying. You can't contract HIV from casual kissing. The virus has to enter through the bloodstream through unprotected sex or blood transfusion or sharing needles. How do I know this?
You learned everything you could to help Stone. Because you were his friend. I thought you were mine, Jason. Guess not.
Why are you all bent on shape? Don't you get it? I knew I wasn't putting myself at risk. You weren't any suicide mission.
Then why did you kiss me?
Because I wanted to.
Are you okay, baby?
Yeah, I'm fine. Hello. I'd shake your hand, but mine aren't available at the moment.
It's a big mistake here.
No mistake.
Big mistake, Detective. When do you he-men think you're going to feel safe enough to take the cuffs off this woman?
The cuffs come off after the search.
Search? A strip search.
I'm afraid so.
You're trying to prove a point with my wife. I'm warning you, you're making a big mistake
We'll
here.
call it procedure. Mugshots, strip search, fingerprints, all accompany an arrest. Sort of a package deal.
Yeah, well, we come in a neat little package, too. It includes an attorney.
Wow. Finally said it. You know what? Feels good. In fact, it feels so good, I think I'm going to say it again. I killed Damian Smith. You know, I never thought that when I said those words, when they came out of my mouth, that I'd be saying them to you. There's a terrible irony in that.
I sincerely hope that means that you haven't told anyone else.
No, I haven't. I never intended to. You're beginning to understand? I thought I could get away with it. I knew that half the town would be under suspicion at some time or another. And with so many viable candidates, how could they ever narrow it down to one person? Case would go unsolved. That's what I thought in my arrogance. Yes, Detective Garcia had other plans. And now I have to turn myself in.
We haven't reached that point in the conversation yet. I want to know what happened the night of the fire.
He was here earlier in the day making another insulting offer on Ward House. I was in the back room. I heard Keisha yell, and I came out. And he had his hands on her, Edward.
What?
You know, just kind of tussling with her, and he had this smirk on his face like he was laughing at her, like he was laughing at us. I wanted to kill him right then. I slammed him into the wall instead, and he didn't like that. He got angry. Ripped the check up, threw the pieces on the floor, said something about Granny Mae's pathetic dream and how no one gave a damn, and then he left. And as the day wore on, I grew more and more uneasy. His threats against Ward House, I mean, we'd all heard them over and over again, but there was something in his eyes, something uncivilized. And it really bothered me. So, I took a walk over there. I went inside, and sure enough, he was there, lighting a torch to my grandmother's house. Edward, I didn't even think. I just grabbed the nearest thing I could find and I smacked the hell out of him. He fell like a stone. The house went up. I tried to smother the flames, but the fire was big. It was fast. It was everywhere. Couldn't reach Damien. I tried the phone. The phone was dead. The living room was engulfed. The walls felt like they were getting ready to buckle. But the damn fire extinguisher wouldn't work. So I ran down the street, pulled the fire alarm, and I came back around the corner, ran into Luke, and he told me that Laura and the kids were inside, and you know the rest. Well, if you're sitting there, waiting for me to say I'm sorry, I'm not. Believe me, I've searched every inch of my soul, and it ain't happening. Damien Smith deserved to die, and if I had to do it over, I'd kill him again.
I certainly hope you haven't been beating yourself up because you can't find remorse in your heart for a dead Damien Smith.
It makes me wonder about myself, about the man I thought I was.
Damien was an amoral bastard who didn't deserve to breathe God's fresh air, and you caught him in a heinous, indefensible act, and you stopped his evil. You should be rewarded.
That's exactly right. Damien was evil incarnate. He wasn't just going to destroy Ward House. He would have destroyed anything and anyone who got in his way. Now, he can't hurt anyone anymore. That's a good thing. It's not like I never thought about turning myself in. Just I just couldn't get with that exchange rate. My life for Damien's. A lifetime of trying to do good. Measured against years of malignancy, man. I just could not get with that. But now everything's changed. I have to do what's right.
You already have, Justice. But you must tell no one what you've told me tonight. You hear me? No one.
I tell you that I'm HIV positive and your first instinct is to kiss me?
Maybe it's that whack frontal lobe.
This isn't funny, Jason.
Maybe not. Just I liked how your mouth looked. Kind of trembly, but strong at the same time, and I wondered how it would feel to kiss you, so I did. But if you're this upset, maybe I should have left town.
Why do you say that?
This might be easier if I weren't around. I'd still go. All you have to do is say the word.
Help me out here. Why would your leaving or staying depend on what I had to say?
Because you're the only person I spend time with. And if I'm getting on your nerves, there's no point in me hanging around. Career advancement opportunities? I don't think so.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't like it if you left. I feel really alone.
Okay. I guess that makes us even. Because you're why I didn't get on that bus. Are you still mad about the kiss?
takes up too much energy to keep a full head of steam.
It's funny you don't seem sick.
It's not the virus that makes me tired. I'm actually really healthy.
How's your T-cell count?
Perfect. They call me a long-term non-progressor.
So you're not taking any medication?
No. I just make sure to sleep enough. Eat the right food. Conserve energy. That's not the stuff that wears me out. All the anger inside and the why me's. That's the stuff that drains me. But being with you helps.
I'm glad. Why is that?
Because when I'm with you, I don't have to max the next time that I am. You make me feel alive and afraid.
I don't think I want to make you feel
No, it's
afraid.
a good kind of afraid. You take me into the moment with you. Even if it is scary, but I mean, it's wonderful too at the same time. Now you met Robin Scorpio. Strong and steady on the surface. Chaos and confusion underneath.
I'm not letting her spend the night here, so just set your bail hearing, and we'll go home.
I'm sorry, that's going to be impossible.
Oh, the DA's office. Great.
Why is that impossible?
No judge is available this late on such short notice.
Well, Miss Jensen, I'm sure you won't mind if I have my attorney look into that.
And that would be Justice Ward?
No, Councilman Ward is in the middle of an election.
Yes, Councilman Ward will definitely be representing my wife.
You can't expect me to keep silent, not under these circumstances, not now.
I can and I do. A confession at this late date is out of the question.
Well, it's not your call to make, Edward.
Now, you be quiet. I've heard you out. Now, you hear me. Use your head, Justice. If you had gone to the police immediately, you would have been charged with manslaughter, maybe. Maybe you could have gotten away with self-defense. But weeks and months have gone by, and you have held back information that would blow a major murder case wide open. You've avoided investigation yourself, and you've also put yourself up as a counsel for more than one of the suspects, including Sonny Corinthos, for God's sake. Now, you're an attorney, and you don't need to hear it from me what will happen when you come forward now. Making you the sacrificial lamb will be the only way that the cops can get even for being made to look foolish. You will be prosecuted for the second degree with a vengeance. And since you're not contesting guilt, there's a damn good chance that you will spend most of the rest of your life behind prison walls. And for what? For Damian Smith?
I can't let Luke take the fall.
Luke won't be found guilty.
How do you know?
Because he's innocent.
Oh, please, Edward, please. Do not jump naive on me. Not now. You don't wear it with any conviction. Innocent people get put behind bars every day. You know it and I know it. Luke has a rep. The prosecutor is hungry, and she is more than capable of convincing a jury to convict.
No, I'll tell you what I know. And it's all I know. Your grandmother carried a terrible burden of a hideous secret for years to protect her family, to protect your father's good name, my son's good name. And if she were alive, the advice would be the same. Stand firm for the family. And have faith that the rest of it will take care of itself. Don't answer that. No.
Justice Ward.
Thank God. Justice, it's me. Look, you were right about the arrest, wrong about the suspect. They got Laura.
What?
Dara Jensen claims she can't roust a judge this late for a bail hearing. Can you do any better?
Not until the morning.
All right, I'll meet you at the courthouse first thing. What is that, 8 o'clock?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that.
Make it 7:45. Oh, and Justice, what I said about focusing on the election, forget it. Me being arrested is one thing, but Laura gets the best.
They arrested Laura.
For Damien's murder?
What else, Edward?
This is wonderful.
Excuse me?
Laura Spencer has the soul of an innocent. And it shines through her eyes for the world to see, even when she's guilty as hell. But no jury in the world will convict that sweet angel and send her to prison for the rest of her life and leave those two adorable kids without their mother.
Well, you'll forgive me if I don't allow it to come to that.
It won't. And that's my point. She'll make bail. I'll post him. And Luke will just raise holy hell, and Port Charles will surround her with support. And I wouldn't be surprised if in the end they erect a statue to her in the town square. And all of this will happen if you will just stay out of it.
How? How? Luke expects me to represent her.
Well, just tell him it's impossible.
On what grounds, Edward?
I don't know. Just make up something. Just stay out of it.
I can't stay out of it. I'm in it, Edward. I killed the man. Me. Not Laura. Those people are my friends. They've been more than good friends to me and Keisha. They were good friends to Granny May, and I will not allow Laura to remain twisting in the wind.
All right. All right. But there's a middle ground. You represent her for now. But no confessions, huh? That will give me some time to figure out what to do. You're all that's left, Justice. You mentioned preserving your father's legacy. You are your father's legacy. And it dies with you if you choose to cut it short by spending the rest of your life in prison. Don't do this to yourself. Or to Mary May. Or your father. Or to me. Let me help you out of this.
Okay. Okay. I'll stay quiet for now.
Time for you to go.
Forget it, I ain't going.
Lulu and Lucky need you.
Honey, our kids are okay. I'm not going to leave you alone here.
Please, Luke.
Excuse me. This officer will take you down to your holding cell.
I'm going with her. If you got a problem with that, you shoot me now. Otherwise, here's a good idea. Why don't you just go out and find out who it was that really killed this pawn scum? Stop wasting everybody's time.
In some ways, I feel really lucky. I mean, I have a friend I can be totally honest with.
As long as you don't expect me to say the right thing. Because usually I don't have a clue.
You're better than you think. Idea. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable.
Actually, I was just thinking the opposite. It feels good holding your hand.
you.
Everything's cool, Lulu. Don't have to worry about a thing. It's all locked up real nice and tight. See? Foster's on duty. Aren't you, boy? Yeah, we're in good shape. We just have to stay here and wait for Mom and Dad to get back. You know, if you get nervous, we can call Ruby or Aunt Bobby, too. Yeah, we're in good shape. Unless one of the reporters cut off one of the phone lines. Just a second. Yeah, that's nothing. I'm just paranoid, you know? I mean, reporters aren't. Burglars, you know, wouldn't do something like that. Break in. Dad! Hey.
Hi.
Where's Mom? Is she coming?
We ran into a hitch, cowboy.
What hitch?
We couldn't get a judge for a bail hearing.
Oh, what does that mean? What, she has to spend the night in jail? This is wrong, Dad.
I know it's wrong. I'm gonna make it right. Trust me. Your mother is not gonna get railroaded for some ridiculous crime she didn't commit. Hey, baby. There's my girl. Yeah, you got your bunny, huh? Well, that's a good thing. Yeah, it's your puppy, huh? Come here, son.
This is Joan London.
And Charles Gibson. Tomorrow, are you tired of looking at those drab white walls?
Why not learn how to spruce up your home with wallpaper?
Good Morning America's Home Improvement Series continues tomorrow on Good Morning America.